What is going on, New York Yankee fans? Welcome back to another video on the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel. Hit the like button for us, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or a video drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Share this out. Do all the good stuff. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts for the Big Blue in the Bronx podcast. Use the SeatGeek code. Get $20 off your entire order with the promo code Big Blue in the Bronx. Nothing abbreviated, just the name of the podcast and the channel. Also, as well, we have a Patreon now. $2.99 a month, access to sports articles, behind-the-scenes stuff, and also early access to videos. And we hope you join up. We're going to offer a little bit more on there than we do the YouTube memberships, but shout-outs to our members, Brad, Potato, Jetsmith Mess, Tutu Azuri, Joe, and, of course, Bill Hartman. Those guys are members of the Transparent Ones. Again, if you want to join up, you can, but most of the stuff is going to be on Patreon. But we appreciate you guys supporting and doing all the good stuff. Check out some of the other content we have released on the channel as well. So, not much rumors in Yankee land, not much news in Yankee land, just two minor things. Obviously, we released a video about one today, a former Yankee signing with the New York Mets. That's Harrison Bader, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So, I released a video about a few weeks ago, I believe it was on the 22nd of December, about some options that the Yankees could go after in the starting rotation after Yamamoto. So, Andy Martino came out with an article, some things about the Mets, some things about the Yankees, so on and so forth. So, he said the following in his latest article. League sources say that two-time Cy Young winner Blake Snell has privately expressed his interest in playing for the New York Yankees, though he has plenty of other suitors. At the moment, Snell seems more of a fit in New York than Jordan Montgomery, whom they've also talked. And then he goes on, some stuff about Josh Hader, some stuff about the Mets, Jordan Hicks. But again, the team is looking to add to the rotation aggressively, though not stupidly. And we'll see if the price of a Snell fits into what they consider a reasonable deal zone. Of course, I paraphrase some of it, but who cares? So, Blake Snell, let's go over it. 31 years old, from Seattle, pitched with the Rays the first few years of his career, then went over to the Padres. He's a one-time All-Star, two-time Cy Young Award winner. Obviously won the Cy Young this past year for the National League. All MLB First Team 2023, All AL wins winner in 2018, two-time ERA leader 2018-2023. So 2018 and 2023 were his highest, his peaks of his career. How did he do this past year? Well, he was 14-9, 2.25 ERA, 32 starts, 180 innings pitched, 234 strikeouts, 181 opposing average. Let's go into his baseball savant just to talk about the pitches, how hitters did against them, so on and so forth. So, four-seam fastball, he threw that 48.6% of the time. Curveball, 19.8. Changeup, 18.4. Slider, 13.1. How did hitters do against those pitches, you ask? Well, he gave up 7 home runs on the fastball, 255 opposing average, and 65 strikeouts with a whiff percentage of 19.5, put away percentage of 18.6. Curveball, 109 strikeouts off of that, 3 home runs, 0.79 batting average, 56.3 whiff percentage, 33.5 put away percentage. So the highest in the categories for all 4 of the pitches. Well, the curveball obviously is his best, as you can see. Anyway, moving forward, changeup, 26 strikeouts, 2 home runs, 185 opposing average, 46.8 whiff percentage, and 26.3 put away percentage. As for the slider, 123 batting average against, 3 home runs given off of that, 34 strikeouts, whiff percentage of 53.6, and put away percentage of 25. Also, by the way, let's go into this before we talk about some of the positives and negatives of Blake Snell coming over. As for walks, 99 walks. That's the highest of his MLB career, and that equals a 13.3% walk rate, which was one of the highest among MLB pitchers. So, if you watched my video before on the 5 pitchers, the 5 options, you know what my opinion is. If you don't, then you're going to get it here. Blake Snell, it's kind of iffy for me, the whole situation, right? I know he's a very good pitcher, can be great at times. Now, I don't think he'll bust like Carlos Rodon if he comes over. I think the problem with him is a couple of different things. Number one, the consistency. as I said, I don't think he's going to be as bad as Carlos Rodon if it's like a low. If it's a really bad signing and he's worse than Carlos Rodon, then obviously we'll all be wrong. But I think any low that he has in New York, it's going to be just about a 500 record, probably a 4 ERA, something like that. But it won't live up to what he's expecting for money-wise. Now, there's a couple other teams interested, obviously, who wouldn't be in Blake Snell. The walk rate is concerning. The consistency is concerning for the contract that he is aiming to want between $24 and $28 million a year. That's what a lot of people project. And whether he would last in New York, my personal opinion, because I think he does sometimes have an attitude problem, and I'm just concerned whether he has one bad start, the fans kind of just rah-rah him, and, if he says something and then all hell breaks loose. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but that's probably the least of my concerns. The first two concerns are a little bit more. And I'll talk about the consistency, right? We talked about 2018, 2023. Those were the peak highs of his career. 2018, 21-5, 14-9, 2023. Let's go into some other stats of his career. Let's go to 2022. 8-10, 3.38 ERA with a 2.16 opposing average. Not bad. 171 strikeouts. The record is off. The ERA could be a little lower. Okay. 2021, 7-6, 4.2 ERA, 2.14 opposing average, 170 strikeouts. Again, that's not too terrible. Obviously, those are very solid stats, but you have to ask yourself, is it worth more than the Carlos Rodon contract? Is it worth about that angle? Which I think potentially it could be if he keeps it up around the 2023 numbers. 2020 we'll go into that, and then we'll also go into his second to last year in Tampa Bay. 4-2, 3.24 ERA, 2.28 opposing average, 63 Ks, and then 2019 6-8, 4.29 ERA, 2.41 opposing average, and 147 strikeouts. So his opposing average has never been above 250 except for once, but that was his rookie year. Again, my problem is the walks. The highest amount was this year at 99, though he had the most strikeouts of his career. So the walks, the consistency overall, and a little bit of the handling of New York. And I feel like Yankee fans, now this is just my personal opinion. If you guys disagree with me, just say it in the comments. Say what you disagree about. But I think a lot of Yankee fans were obviously bummed that Yoshinobu Yamamoto is not a Yankee. I know a lot of people dislike him now. But on a serious note, I think they want a big move. I think they want a huge move. And that's kind of turned into the Blake Snell hurrah. Now, 3 lefties in the rotation, 2 of them which you're spending major money on. That's a little questionable in terms of salary and all that sort of stuff, because you do have to worry about some things. Now, Hal's, in my opinion, not going to absolutely break the bank for a lot of different guys. I think there'll be one major move or a couple of minor moves. Either way, that's going to finish the offseason. But you still have to worry about signing Juan Soto to an extension. Is Gleyber Torres your second baseman of the future? A lot of different things come into play when you talk about a long-term contract like Blake Snell's. Now, I would be more comfortable if it's a 1 or 2 year deal, but I don't think Blake Snell's signing that. I think he wants security, something like 5 to 7 years. Just my personal opinion, my personal thoughts into it. But if you're asking my overall thoughts on Blake Snell, he's definitely a good pitcher. But I don't know if he's worth the contract that he will get, whether it's from the Yankees or whether it's from a different organization, based off consistency and the walk rate. And I get it. Yes, those are, some pretty weak talking points or arguments in terms of fearing Blake Snell or fearing him signing with the Yankees, but those are just my thoughts. You're not going to get it anywhere else. But if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops if your video drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Comment. Do you want Blake Snell as a Yankee? Do you not want Blake Snell as a Yankee? Where should the Yankees go for pitching options? Should they just bust on the rotation and just move to a different position? Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.